Hello student, our today's topic is scale, meaning and uses. Page number 10. The scale of a map denotes the proportion that the distance between any 2 points on a map bears to the distance between the same 2 points on the surface of the earth. Map shows the distance between the two places on the earth. In simple word we can say that the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is called the scale of the map. Like it means that if the scale of map is 1 centimeter ratio 1 kilometer, then the distance of 1 centimeter between 2 points on the map shows a distance of 1 kilometer between the same two places in the ground. Now, types of maps based on scale. First, map which show large area like continents or countries use a small scale like 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometer because it covers a large area. These are called small scale maps. They do not show any details, and that type of maps don't show any details. Scales, on the basis of scales, maps are of two types: large scale maps and small scale maps. Large scale maps covers survey maps, road map, land use map and plains. Small scale maps covers atlas maps and wall maps. Map which shows small areas like a district or a town use a large scale like 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. These are called large scale maps. They provide more detail than the small scale maps. Now, types of scale. The scales on a map can be showed in one or more of the following ways. First is verbal or statement method. Second, numerical fraction method. Third is graphical or linear scale method. First is verbal or statement method. What is this method? It is a quick and easy method to measure the distance on the map. In this method, the scale is stated in words. We have to write down the scale in words. The unit are usually mentioned in this type of scale. For example, 1 centimeter of 1 centimeter is to 2 kilometers, or 1 centimeter ratio 2 kilometer. That means that 1 centimeter map distance is equal to kilometers ground distance. This method is not very popular as it does not give the accurate measurement. Now, numerical fraction method. It is referred as the representative fraction RF method. In this method, the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is given as a fraction, where numerator is always 1 and the unit are the same. Means RF, representative fraction, is equal to distance on maps upon distance on the ground. For example, RF is given as 1 upon 1 lakh. In this example, the numerator 1 represents the map distance and the denominator 1 lakh represents the ground distance. It can also be written as 1 ratio 1 lakh. It is more accurate as compared to the verbal scale. It can be converted into any unit of measurement and has universal application. Graphical or linear scale method. A linear scale is the graphical representation of a scale on the map. Means in this method the map distance is shown through a straight line. The length of line varies according to the size of the map. which is usually between 12 centimeter to 20 centimeter. Means smaller map uses larger scale, and larger map uses smaller scale. This line is divided into many parts known as the primary division. These divisions are further subdivided into smaller parts known as secondary divisions. The primary divisions are represented on the right of the zero, which is the starting point on linear scale, while the secondary division are represented on the left of that zero, and the secondary line represent on the left side of the zero. Thus, graphical or linear scale consists of a straight line which is divided into lengths that represent given distance on the earth's surface. It is usually drawn near the lower portion of the map. It is the most accurate method of measuring distance on the map, and it is the best method to measuring distance on the map. Conventional signs and symbol. Conventional signs and symbol are one of the most important features of a map. A variety of colorful signs and symbols are used to show natural and man-made features on maps. These signs and symbols give plenty of information and simple to draw and understand. And this type of maps are simple to draw and understand. Here is the diagram that shows the different type of boundaries: international boundaries with red line, state with the green, and district with the dash 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 of a blue line. Or simple, we can use the symbols of that different boundaries show different symbols: road, metalled and unmetalled; town or villages; bridges; river dry with water channels; stream; dams; well and tanks; dry tanks; railway; fort; temple; church and mosque. These are called conventional symbols. Now, grass and shrubs, forest, post office represented by PO, telegraph office represented by TO, police station with PS, capital city represented by a 0 with a dot between on the center, or permanent huts. Some of these symbols are internationally recognized as they have been determined by conventions. That is, these symbols have been agreed upon and accepted internationally all over the world. Therefore, they are called conventional signs and symbols. People of any country who are familiar with these symbols can easily interpret maps of other countries too. Colors. For map study, colors are important. They help us to in different landforms, key or legend. It is like an index which explain about the color. It also explain with the help of color, symbols and sign using a map. It is given at the bottom of the map, and it is given at the bottom of the map. That's all for today. The rest chapter we will discuss in our next class. Thank you, students.